Hey, Christopher here. Here's an update on the Bitcoin icon set. A lot of work has been done, and I don't think I've shared anything recently. So here's kind of where things are currently. So as before, we have this Bitcoin icon set Figma community file that anybody can duplicate here and mess with it as much as they want to. You can also preview it here directly. So if you want to see all the different icons, you can explore them here on this page. Also, there are some updates here. So whenever I post a new version, I try to add an update as detailed as possible. Well, actually, it could be a lot more detailed, but you get the idea. So there's a matching GitHub repository, and that currently lives under github.com/bosch-0/bitcoin-icons, because Bosch and I have been collaborating on this one. However, we are looking to move this under the Bitcoin design umbrella currently, so it becomes more of a public project that everybody owns and can participate in. The main thing in this repository is the SVG folder here, and that's where you find all of the exported icons, so you can import them in your application and use them right away. They come in two styles, filled and outline. In the future, we also want to have PNGs in here, but we were just starting with SVGs. And issues and pull requests and discussions can be used for icon requests. If there's something you'd like to change, you can either do that in Figma or you can post something here. Now let's look at the actual icon set. But first, the history of this is for the Bitcoin Wallet UI kit. As I was working on all of these different screens here, I realized I need a lot of icons. Created this group here, and then extracted it into this icon set that now has around 70 icons. There are a few categories. One, there are these Bitcoin specific ones. That's stuff that you would not see in, let's say, your normal chat application. So whether it's mining, block, lightning, Bitcoin symbol, two keys potentially representing multi-sig. And then you have general icons. Those are the things that most people are familiar with. So send, receive, cloud, search, file, shopping cart, if any application needs that, visible, hidden. And then you have a lot of arrows, and surprisingly, interfaces need a lot of arrows, kind of surprising. So it's good to have all of these variations available. You can see there, most of them are available in 3 sizes and 2 styles. All of them have 2 styles. That's the minimum. The 3 sizes are really only useful for mocking things up in Figma, and also for the PNGs that we will export. The SVG exports, they really don't benefit from that because SVGs can smoothly scale up and down. However, for the PNGs and here in Figma, there are some details where the smaller ones are not just simply scaled down, but the tree details of those symbols are actually tweaked. So they're still legible, have more or less detail, and so on. There's also one Satoshi symbol in here. And because there's no clear standard, I was thinking we can just include all of the concepts that are out there. If any app wants to use them, they can. If not, they don't have to. So that's kind of it where the set is right now. It could probably use a few more icons, more on that a little bit later. And it could also use more refinement. So if, like, let's say you look across as this these medium filled icons here, you notice, if you pay close attention, that they're not visually not the same weight. Like visually, this little house here is bigger and heavier than this little guy here. So overall, the icons are kind of there, but they need a lot of refinement and tweaking. If you like doing that, please hop in. And then one of the next things, Bosch is looking into using this icon set for Zeus, for the Zeus restyling. And I'm looking into potentially using it for Spectre, or at least trying to sell the Spectre teams on using it. So one of the things I did here, and this was a pretty helpful exercise, I grabbed all of the icons in Spectre, which when I drag them into Figma straight out, it looks like this, which is fine. They're all just different sizes. And then, I made them all the same size roughly, made them all black, put them in a horizontal row at the top, and then tried to find matching icons from the Bitcoin icon set. And then there were about 18 missing, so I created those missing ones. There were some unique ones like Snowflake and Magic Wand here. that I had to add, but also, some like exit and transfer here. So, and at this point, that makes it very easy to see if a project wants to switch over to this icon set. They can basically take this mapping, apply it, and then there's fairly little work. But of course, the biggest thing is always then previewing it in the actual interface and making sure everything looks good and renders properly at different sizes and resolutions, mobile, desktop, and all this stuff. So there's a lot of detail work here, but this is kind of where the set is right now. One of the next steps is to move it under the Bitcoin design umbrella, also build out more proper landing page, include it in the project page, add more description, and try to make this as easily useful and obvious as possible. But more collaborators and any feedback are highly appreciated. So thanks.